What's going on is Via the Designer. TikTok just took a major L by losing the Universal Music Group catalog. Let's get into it.
V has come too.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just read this from the New York Times. On Tuesday, Universal Music Group sent an open letter in advance of the expiration of its contract with TikTok. The letter criticized the social media giant for its mishandling of the rise in AI-generated music on the platform. It also said that TikTok has been unwilling to agree to royalty rates that Universal deemed acceptable. So those royalty rates were, guess we're talking as far as compensation. There's a lot to unpack here. And at the end of the day, this is just living proof that content is king and why direct to consumer is so important. Because here's the thing, just as us as artists, us as creatives, when you look at these large companies like a Universal Music Group, they're going direct to consumer. You're not, I'm not. We're putting our music on Spotify, we're putting our music on TikTok, we're putting our music all these different places. But they're not, we have no control over the rates, we have no control over anything. Universal Music Group is basically saying, I'm not playing with you guys anymore. I'm going to take my entire catalog. And there's another aspect to this that, I'm going to read another list, but like, we're talking about Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift, Drake. Like, let's just start there. All right, we can keep going. J. Cole, Ariana Grande, Bad Bunny, BTS, Post Malone, Adele, Lady Gaga, SZA, Imagine Dragons, Coldplay. Like, a good third of the music that we listen to like kind of comes from Universal Music Group. The other labels have nice percentages and the catalogs are respectable, but by far Universal Music Group is the biggest. Shout out to Rick Ross, who I think is also on Universal Music Group. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. And again, back to what I was saying, content is king. And how we control our content matters. And you're seeing a masterclass in this with Universal Music Group taking the sound, taking the air pretty much out of TikTok to a certain extent. Now, don't get me wrong, TikTok's not going anywhere, and more than likely this deal is going to be revisited and aired out. But it's kind of as Basquiat said, like, music is how we decorate our time, and there are billions of users on TikTok now who are going to they're going to be pissed. They're going to be pissed. I don't know if this is something where they leave, but this just kind of goes to show, like, if you think about why TikTok kind of blew up, music is how it blew up. It was a very interesting way to express yourself creatively. And I mean, what's to stop Universal Music Group from saying, hey, YouTube Shorts, look, here's the new rate. That's what I see happening. What's to stop them from going to Facebook or Instagram and just kind of, because, they've been, all three of them came up with like this algorithmic, real copycat to kind of compete with TikTok. This makes things look a little interesting because you need that content. You need it. Content is king. And that's just kind of what this is. Like when you look at this is why I love Netflix. Like I'm a fan of Netflix. Netflix is a platform that makes its own content and people subscribe to it. And that's as direct to consumer as they come. Not only are they creating the infrastructure for their content, but they're also making their own content and they have their own customers. When you get to the music industry, it's all segmented. Universal owns the royalties, which then get licensed to a DSP or a Spotify or a TikTok in this case. They pay the royalty fees to the label, and they're able to pay for that because of the advertising on those platforms. So at the end of the day, they're basically leveraging these large audiences and the attention of those people in those large audiences to advertisers to then make money to pay. It's complicated. And this kind of harkens back to the older video that I did where I pretty much said that streaming is the new radio. That's kind of what radio was back in the day. It was about ads. It was about advertising and listeners. And at the end of the day, the piece that's missing here, whether it's TikTok, whether it's streaming, is direct to consumer. I think that artists need to have a product again. There has to be a reason for this. Because right now, it just seems like we're all cool with just monetizing attention. You look at any other product out there, whether it be banks, whether it be toys, whatever, games, there's a product at this. Like yes, we can talk Twitch all day and people can stream, you can watch people play video games, but at the end of the day, it's good for the video game because there is a physical video game that you can buy, and that's how the game studios are monetizing. It's an ecosystem that kind of feeds each other. What we have here in the content space when it comes to music and such, it's just attention, and that's extremely fickle. And when someone kind of pulls the carpet from under you, you kind of see where things are going. But hey, I'm willing to have this conversation. I want to see what you guys think. I want you guys to like, share, and subscribe, and also check out what I'm building. I'm always harping on direct to consumer because I believe in it so much that I'm actually working and building something right now called Pedestal. You can find out more about it in the link in the description. It's been another one. It's V the Designer. Peace.